say something else, but we didn't play with the darn. We missed a lot of shots at the rim. We gave up easy baskets when we turned it over. Second half we made a nice run, but then we gave up easy baskets, and they went 19 for 21 from the free throw line, which, that's hard to overcome.
You guys are dealing with a lot in the big picture at that point. You feel like a little more stabilized at this point?
Well, we're healthier. Kenny obviously didn't play. We were making the transition from bowl, and I think we're playing a little better now, but obviously they're playing better too. So and going over there is never easy, so we're going to have to play really well, and our guys are going to have to be focused, and we can't make the same mistakes we did the first time. We weren't very good, and they made the plays they needed to make.
When you go back and look at the film, how much defensively does the game plan change? How much does it even apply still since Kenny is back this time?
Well, we're hoping he can make a difference. He made a tremendous difference in a number of games since that time. Arizona, Stanford, games that we've been successful in. He's made a big difference. The games he hasn't played in, we haven't been very good. He gets hurt in the first, 5-6 minutes at Texas Southern. We get beat there, giving up 80-some. Doesn't play against UCLA, doesn't play against Oregon State, doesn't play in our home series there. And we're not very good. So Kenny's a big part of our team. He's going to have to stay out of foul trouble. He's going to have to make some plays. But when he plays like he did against Stanford, there's no doubt that was the best performance I think I've seen him have. He right from the start set the tone, and he gets the 2 fouls, and our defense breaks down pretty good after that. So I think it's pretty obvious how much he means to us when he's really going.
How well do you feel like this team's been able to block out the noise and win the games that they need to? And now if you win on Saturday, there's a good chance for second place in the conference.
Well, we try not to block, or talk about it, so they can't block it out. With this group and as inexperienced as we are, we just need to worry about the next game. The next game is Oregon State, so I hope the guys are focused on that. I hope they can really focus in the next 2 days of practice. Yesterday wasn't what I wanted it to be, so I hope like heck today and tomorrow are, so that we're ready to go. But we're going to need to play our best. They'll be ready. They've had a week off. I'm sure that they're healthy. They're ready to go, and they've really defined their roles right from the start. And so they've been who they are for a long time. We've changed our roles so many times this year, and hopefully, even though the schedule's against us, we can finish strong.
That game was kind of a prime example of you guys struggling early to close out games. How much do you feel like you guys have grown since then?
It's hard to say. We've had some good performances. We've been inconsistent. The best way to describe our team is within games and from game to game we've been inconsistent. And we have very good defensive possessions where everybody's connected, everybody's communicating. We have defensive possessions that are quite embarrassing. We have offensive possessions where I really like what we're doing, the shot we're getting, whether it goes in or not. I'm the process guy. I just want to know if we're getting a good shot, a shot that we work on. And so we'll have stretches where offensively I really like the shots, even though they may not go in. We have other times I don't know where that came from.
In those closing minutes, though, do you feel more confident in closing games?
We've messed up a couple. Oregon State, we didn't finish that one. We didn't finish UCLA. We didn't finish Washington. So it's not like the confidence is there, but our guys understand those are critical times, and you've got to play your best at those times. And that's a growing process. That's something you don't turn on and off like a light switch and go, okay, we figured it out, and we're going to be good down the stretch. That's a toughness thing. That's a thing that players acquire over usually a period of time.
Trying to look at the standings, just the way this comes. You just get a day off and almost move up in the standings. So there have been some surprising ones, and nobody's really kind of making that second and third run. Does that give you the idea that there's still a team's going to make a run to get it way up there, and you're in position now to do that?
Well, if that's the case, let's take a few more days off. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, there's a lot of teams, other than Washington, You know, everybody. You know, Washington State got a couple big wins. I'm sure they're looking to make a strong finish. And you take Washington and Cal out of the equation, and everybody's probably thinking about trying to finish strong and get a little momentum going into the tournament. But you know, again, I think you look at, you know, each of the teams has different schedules. You know, there's 3 teams with the big advantage. There's 3 teams that, you know, we're at that end, and there's, you know, 2 in between where you have 3 at home and 4 on the road, or 4 at home and 3 on the road. So I think that's a big part of it. Who you play, where you play them, who's playing well at the time, you know, all go into the equation.
Is that as big of an advantage? I mean, we've seen a lot of Washington State go down and sweeps Arizona schools. You guys have dropped a few at home. Does it feel almost maybe road wins are a little more credible this year?
I think there are a lot more. I haven't looked at the numbers, but just like, you know, games last night, you know, let's see who, I guess the home teams won last night, you know, but it doesn't seem like, you know, it seems like a lot more road teams are winning games. I don't know the numbers, but it does seem like that.
When you guys have been watching this last couple of weeks, does any part of you could argue that the last 2 weeks you haven't gotten very many results that helped you in the grand scheme of things. I mean, as far as from an RPI standpoint, from a net standpoint, I know the standings are packed in, but a lot of outcomes that could have really helped your resume have gone against you.
Well, you're looking at that stuff a lot more than I am, because I got no idea. You know, I knew that Syracuse lost the other night, but other than that, I don't know. Again, I think one thing, we just got to win games. And if we don't take care of ourselves and win games, all those things don't matter. And, you know, I'm trying to keep our team focused on that. You know, we've got to worry about ourselves. We got to try to get better. We got to worry about winning a game on Saturday night. And, I mean, other than that, I don't know. We got to get better. We got to win games, and we got to play better. And, you know, those are 2 things, you know, I try to worry about right now.
Coach, on Sunday you spoke on your team being very quiet, as opposed to Brooks, Bell, Ennis. How have you kind of had to change that to kind of cater to these players more and not they're more quiet as loud teams?
You know, as a coaching staff, we try to talk more, try to get them to talk more, try to communicate more. It's kind of a, you know, if you're doing all the talking for them, sometimes they just rely on that, but something's got to be said. And so, you know, we try to be as upbeat and energetic as we can to get them to talk as much as possible. You know, I think a lot of that's comfort. You know, and our freshmen and our newer guys just don't feel comfortable. They're not confident enough to, you know, talk in the matchup. But and I keep telling them, even if they're wrong, if they tell everybody what they're doing, at least we can play from them. So again, it's a work in progress, trying to get them to talk more, try to communicate on both ends so that we can get better. I don't think we can get better if we don't communicate better, you know, because we got 2 guys going to 1 guy and someone's wide open. You know, unless we start talking those things out and getting a better feel for things, it's hard to get better.
And then do you think that'll change? I mean, is it just like on the court, or is it kind of the same thing like now at practice in the locker room? Do you think they're just all this in general, just quiet guys?
Well, they are quiet in general. I mean, we don't have to worry about quieting them down at any restaurants or anything. They're all looking at their phones, and you know, texting is pretty quiet, so you don't have to worry about that. And, you know, in the locker room, all you hear is the bad music. Other than that, you know, and man, some of the stuff they listen to, it's embarrassing. I can't believe it. But no, I'm very serious on that. The language and stuff they listen to, I mean, it's a different time. But I put some of my stuff on in the weight room and that, and they don't like that. So, no, they're a quiet group. They're a quiet group, and you know, we just like to get them to communicate a little better on the court.
What is on Dana Altman's playlist?
Oh, you know, the good stuff. Eagles, and, you know, Bruce Springsteen, you know, the good stuff. Rolling Stones, you know. The other day the guys were, is that the Beatles? And I don't listen to the Beatles, but that's the only old group they know. So, but anyway.
What's that right balance you have to find? You, these guys, and trying to get them to talk. Is there ever going to be like a solution?
Oh, it grows. No, it grows. Guys get more comfortable. They get more confident. They talk more. You know, when they feel like they know what they're doing defensively, they'll let people know. It's just that indecision and lack of confidence, I think, that keeps a lot of them from talking.
You talked about Paul White being key to running the offense.
Absolutely.
So do you get to run more plays when he's there?
Absolutely. We can run more sets when he's on the floor. And Miles is getting the offense a little bit. He's usually the guy that comes in at his position. He's getting a better feel, but the execution's just not there yet. But Paul has a much better feel and is much more comfortable running our sets.
It's like he's not in there, it's kind of like passing the ball around.
Well, we're running more of a motion game. Yes.
Is his ankle closer to 100%?
Yeah, I think he's better. He's going to come up next and talk. You can ask him, but he said he's feeling better, and I think he's been pretty straight up with me because, he hadn't practiced this week yet. He's taking a few days off here. Hopefully, we'll get a little out of him today because he said he's feeling a little better, but he hasn't been practicing.
How much is having Kenny going to help you guys defend that post of Kyler Murray and Big Q?
Well, I hope he can help us in there. He missed practice yesterday. He was sick, but I'm hoping to be back today and be ready. And like I said, he's a big part of what we do. When we played well, Kenny's played well, and there's a lot of games we haven't played well, and Kenny hasn't played well. So it's pretty obvious to me, to looking at game film, looking at stats, that he's a big part of what we're trying to do.